So BIDMAS tells me to first and foremost do what's in brackets. So when I look at my expression, I only have one set of brackets, and it is a 12 minus 8, which is 4. So I'm going to now rewrite my expression, keeping everything the same, so 7 plus 4 times, and then instead of the brackets, I'm just going to write 4 plus 5 squared minus 6 divided by 3. So essentially all I've done is I've taken that and it's now become that. Okay, so my next step is to do any indices. So that's the I in BIDMAS. And when I look at my expression, I can see that I've got, let me just change the color, 5 squared as my powers. So 5 squared, and we can just do that on the side. 5 squared equals 5 times 5, which equals 25. So instead of 5 squared, I'm going to put in 25. Okay, so let me get back to my expression, copying it down exactly as it is. 7 plus 4 times 4 plus, and now I'm going to put in 25 minus 6 divided by 3. Okay, so I've done B and I've done I. Now the next thing that BIDMAS tells me to do is division and multiplication. So they do go together, and the way that you do them is you start from left and work your way towards the right. So what do I mean by that? Well, firstly, yes, keep forgetting to change the color. Okay, so here is my multiplication, and then I can see that here I have a division. So yes, they get done together, but because I'm working from left to right, I'm going to start with this first. So 4 times 4, and then after that I'm going to do 6 divided by 3. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, so now I'm going to copy down, I'm going to copy down my expression again. So 7 plus, and now instead of writing 4 times 4, I'm going to write 16 plus 25 minus, and then instead of writing 6 divided by 3, I'm going to write 2. So 2. Okay, so now I've done my division and multiplication. is 13. That's 3. Carry 1. And 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, so that is 23. And then, so I'm working from left to right. So the next thing that I've got, so this is now done. It is 23. So now I've got 23 plus 25. So I'm going to do it on the side. So 23 plus 25. Actually, I should just put that up here. Okay, so 3 plus 5 is 8, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So 23 plus 25 is 48. So 23 plus 25, okay, I think I'm just going to write 48. So that and that at 48, and then I've got a minus 2. So you don't have to do this as a separate step. You can just do the whole thing in your head using mental strategies. But I'm just going to break it down here and do another step. So 48 minus 2 is 46. And that is the answer for the first problem. Okay, so now I'm going to clear the page. And we're going to go into problem number 2. So let me copy it down. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got. We've got in our brackets 5 plus 3 squared times 4 minus 18 divided by brackets 9 minus 3 plus 7. Okay, so we're going to copy down our BIDMAS. And let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is brackets. So I can see that I've got 2 brackets, and I'm just going to do them in different colors. So that's 1, and this one is my other one. Everything else for now will stay the same. Okay, so let's start with my orange bracket. 5 plus 3 squared, and I'm just going to put it here so we can work with it on the side. So in my bracket I still have to follow BIDMAS, so there's no other brackets inside my bracket. But the next thing is a power, 3 squared, and I'm reminding you that 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. So instead of 3 squared, we know that this is actually 9. So now we can add the 2 numbers, 5 plus 9, which gives us 14. Okay, so for my first bracket, I'm going to put down 14. Okay, so this whole bracket is actually just 14. Okay, then I copy down the rest of the expression without changing anything. And now I come to my second bracket, and this bracket says 9 minus 3, which is 6. So instead of writing this whole bracket, I'm just going to write 6 plus 7. Okay, so now I've done my brackets. Now, there are no indices in the rest of the expression, so that's done. So the next thing I want to look at is division and multiplication, because remember, they are always done together, together, together. Division and multiplication are done together, and the order goes from left to right. Okay, so now I'm going to identify where they are. Oops. Okay, so I've got a multiplication here and a division there. So because I'm going from left to right, I'm going to start with my multiplication first, and it's 14 times 4. So we can go off to the side and work it out. So 4 times 4 is 16, so 6 carry 1, and 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So 14 times 4 is 56. So that becomes 56. That's not very clear. Let me redo that. 56. Okay, then the next part that I want to do is this bit, which is, I'm just going to keep it simple for this one. I'm just going to say 18 divided by 6. So 18 divided by 6 is 3. Okay, so now I'm going to, instead of doing this whole bracket, I'm just going to say 56. So 56 minus, and instead of doing this whole thing, I'm going to say 3. 56 minus 3 plus 7. Okay, so that has now been done. So I've done my division and multiplication. So the last thing now is addition and subtraction, which again also get done together. And again we go from left to right. So I'm going to start with 56 minus 3, which is 53. And then 53 plus 7 equals 60. And that is my answer for question 2. Okay, so we're going to clear a page and move on to question 3. So question 3 is, okay, and this with 30 and this with 2. So I've basically taken this, made it 30, and this is now 2. Okay, so now I've done that, and now I'm moving on to addition and subtraction. So 50 minus 30 is 20, plus 2 is 22. And that is question 3 done. Okay, let's clear our page and move on to question 4. And we're going to get BIDMAS down again. Okay. So we've got brackets 16 minus 4 times 3 plus 5 squared minus brackets 6 plus 2 squared divided by 2. Okay, so I'm going to start with my brackets, and I've got one set here and another one here. Everything else is going to stay the same. So 16 minus 4 is 12. So that just straight away goes into that. This is going to stay the same, times 3 plus 5 squared minus. Okay, now I've got to solve this bracket, so I'm just going to take it off to the side. And it's 6 plus 2 squared. So I'm going to start with my index, because that's what BIDMAS tells me. There's no brackets inside my brackets, so then I move on to the index. So that's going to be 6 plus 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. And so my brackets is 10. So instead of this whole thing, I'm just going to write 10. And then I've got to divide by 2. And I think I'm just going to clear that. I love using the eraser tool. Okay, so I've done basically all I've done so far is my brackets. Okay, so now I want to see if there's any indices, and indeed there is. The 5 squared. So 5 squared means 5 times 5, which is 25. So I'm going to copy down everything, and then instead of 5 squared, I'm going to put down 25. So plus 25 minus 10 divided by 2. Okay, so now I'm just going to erase that. Okay, so now I'm ready to do division and multiplication, working from left to right. So let's see where they are. I've got a multiplication here, so that's going to be 12 times 3. And then I've got a division here, so that's going to be 10 divided by 2. Okay, so 12 times 3 is 36, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 36 plus 25 minus 5. Okay, so we have taken this to here, 6 plus 5 is 11, so 1 carry 1, and 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 1 is 6, so that is 61. So this whole thing here is 61 minus 5, and again you don't need to do these in 2 separate steps. It's perfectly okay to do them in one step, but I'm just breaking it down in case, the mental strategy is too much information in one go. So you can just add, and then you can do the next one because you're working from left to right. Okay, so 61 minus 5 is 56. And that is the answer. Alright, we are on to our very last question, which is question 5. 20 divided by 5 plus 2 all cubed minus 4 times 6 plus 18 minus 12 divided by 3. That's a long one. Okay, let's get BIDMAS in front of our eyes. Okay, so we're going to start with brackets. Okay, so we've got 2 brackets. We've got, just change colour. We've got this one here, and this whole bracket is cubed. And then we've got this one here, which is a simpler one. So I'm going to take this bracket, I'm just going to take this whole thing and I'm just going to move it to the side and try and just do it on the side. So everything inside my bracket also goes according to BIDMAS. So there's no other brackets inside my bracket, but and there's no indices either. So then the next thing that I do is division and multiplication. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's get a different color. Let's go with green. Okay, so there's my division. So it's 20 divided by 5, which is 4. Okay, so instead of this, we can just write 4. So I'm just going to actually erase that. And I'm just going to write, I'm going to move my 4 here. Okay, so now that's my bracket. So what did I do? I just did the division multiplication. So now I'm going to do addition and subtraction in my bracket. So 4 plus 2 is 6. So that becomes 6 all cubed. Okay, so 6 cubed means 6 times 6 times 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. And 36 times 6. Okay, let's go off here and do it on sort of, well, it's not really the side, but 36 times 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. 6 carry 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 3 is 21. So 36 times 6 equals 216. So this whole bracket, which is 6 cubed, is 216. So it took up this whole entire space, but it's now going to become just 216. So 216 minus 4 times 6 plus, okay, so now I've got my second bracket. Okay, and this bracket has 18 minus 12, which is 6, so I can just write 6 and then divide it by 3. Okay, 216 minus, so this whole thing becomes 24, plus this whole thing becomes 2. Okay, so that's done. So now I want to move on to addition and subtraction. So 216 minus 24. I'm just going to move on to the side and do my little algorithm. So 6 minus 4 is 2. 1 minus 2 we can't do, so we borrow 1. 11 minus 2 is 9, and 1 minus 0 is 1. So this whole thing is 192. So that was this, right? 216 minus 24 is 192. 192 plus 2. So as you can see, we are working from left. So we started with the one on the left, and then we're moving on to the one on the right. So 192 plus 2 is 194. And that is my